Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Hope you folks at Worlds are having a good time. Unfortunately, I am not able to make it this year, but hopefully for next year. But since it is Worlds and the rotation is coming up, I am going to be bringing you a 300-point, currently modern theme team based around DC characters and the mystical keyword. I say currently because as of recording, this will be a modern theme team, but by the end of the weekend, it will not be. We're going to be using some characters from Notorious, from Masters of Time, and from Lantern Legacy for this build. And we're going to be starting off by one from none of those sets. We are actually going to DC Iconics, and I'm really excited about this build because I get to use some figures that I have had for a while and just have not got to put on a team. Starting with DC Iconics number 1, Dream. I have had this iconic set since its release, and he is only just now making out of the box for this video. So, long overdue introduction to Dream. Here he is. Dream does have the Mystics and the Power Cosmic team ability, Endless, Cosmic, Mystical, and Ruler keywords. For this team build, he is going to be at his 40-point click. That does give you 4 clicks of health, starting off with Phasing Teleport, a special attack, Super Senses, and Shape Change. That does later turn into in-cap regeneration and keeps the shape change. A range of 6 with 2 targets, and he does come with a couple of traits. The quest for his tools. When Dream KOs an opposing character, after resolutions he may generate and equip a vestment equipment that's not already equipped to him. Dream may be equipped with any number of equipment as long as they are all vestments. Now, we do have his equipment that comes with him. And you can start the game with any of these for free. The first one is Dream's Helm. And there you see where it does state, there you go, that it is a vestment. It is indestructible, has the keywords, name keywords of Endless. And its effect is Power Cosmic. If this character already has Power Cosmic printed on its base, when they use willpower, they succeed on a 3 through 6. Very nice for Dream. As you can see, it can also be 25 points if you want to give it to someone else. So it is a pricey piece of equipment, but a very, very useful one. His second is the Pouch of Sand. And its effect is it gains an extra target, Incapacitate. If this character can already use Incapacitate, when they use it after resolutions, heal this character 1 click for each hit character. Not bad at all, and that one comes in at 15 points if you want to use it on someone else. But the vestment we are going to be starting Dream off with will be the Dream Ruby. Its effect is Barrier Shape Change. If this character can already use Shape Change, when they use it and succeed after resolutions, deal the attacker damage equal to the attacker's printed damage value. That is sick. For 15 points, I can think of plenty of other characters that can use Shape Change that could benefit from this. But that is what we're going to start with, just so he does have the barrier if you will need it. And then that special Shape Change is not too shabby. And then it's, there it is the Dream Ruby. But we're not quite done with Dream yet, because he does have a second trait, Dream of the Endless. Once per turn, when an opposing effect rerolls 1 or more dice, you may reroll that roll. When Dream is KO'd, this effect continues for the rest of the game. Protected Pulse Wave. Very, very nice to always have a second chance. And then on his first click, he does have a special attack power, and that is the Gift of Eternal Slumber. Incapacitate. When Dream uses it until your next turn, when a hit character is given a free action, after resolutions, deal that character 1 unavoidable damage. So that is where I was tempted to start off with the Pouch of Sand, but with this team, we're going to stick with the Dream Ruby to start off with and hopefully get to add that on later. There we go. That is Dream. I should have gotten him out of the box sooner. For 40 points, he can do quite a bit. He's decent at 75 points as well, but just did not get around to him. All right, moving on. We are now moving to the Masters of Time with Super Rare, number 46. You've seen him before, and I still love using him when I can. We have John Constantine. Just an epic sculpt. So glad that this was chosen by a world champion to be made. We were needing another awesome John Constantine. Here he is. Has the Mystics and Team Player team abilities. Has the Justice League Dark, Detective, and Mystical keywords. He is 50 points. Has a range of 6 with 1 target. Starts off with a special movement, Precision Strike, Super Senses, and a special damage power. He does later gain some prob there. And on his last few clicks, he goes into Stealth, Steel Energy, Regeneration, and alternates between prob and outwit. But here is one of his key pluses. You're looking at his trait, Sold My Soul 3 times. Other characters can't use probability control. Period. So you are looking at the source of prob for this game while he is up. When an opposing character within range uses Outwit or Perplex before they choose a target, you may roll a d6. 1. Deal John Constantine 1 unavoidable damage. 4 through 6, you may choose any friendly or opposing character within range and line of fire of John Constantine to become the target of that power instead. And you make all of that power's choices. Now that's going to put a pretty big target on John Constantine's back, so you are going to try your best to keep him up as long as possible. But like I said, he does have some specials, starting with his special movement, Synchronicity Highway, Stealth, well, actually just Stealth. Free, place John Constantine up to 4 squares away from his current square. Very, very nice. And then the special damage power is the Laughing Magician, Outwit, and Probability Control. There you go. Very, very solid piece for 50 points. Love the keywords that he has. Very versatile. And he will even get to use his Team Player team ability on this build. And we're going to be able to do that with our next piece, a character who I have really wanted to get on a team. It just has not worked out. And of course, it's going to be on the eve of his rotation out of Modern. But you know what? He deserves it. And with this build, I feel like it's warranted. From the Notorious set, we are bringing in Uncommon number 27, Gentleman Ghost. Long overdue for his debut on this channel. I really wanted to get a Suicide Squad team together with him in it, and every time I tried to do it, it just didn't fit. But we're going to go ahead and give this team a shot to let him shine. Gentleman Ghost, 50 points. Does have the Mystics and the Suicide Squad team abilities, so that is what John Constantine is going to copy. It is going to be his only option with this build. We do have the Ghost Realm, Secret Society of Supervillains, Suicide Squad, Monster, Mystical, and Past keywords. It is that secret society of supervillains that made me think about Gentleman Ghost again. We are having an event locally this weekend where it's going to be 400 point Golden Age, and he is going to be a feature on that team. Having said that, for the 50 points, you do get 5 clicks with a range of 4 and 1 target, and he does have improved targeting while adjacent, and he does also have flight. You get phasing teleport with a blank attack, a special defense with range combat expert for the first 3 clicks, and then that goes into stealth with precision strike, ESD, and outwit. He does also come with this trait that put him on this team. I'll be taking that. Adjacent opposing characters can't use attack powers or the effect of equipment. You want to tick off somebody who has some lanterns and some rings, phase teleport right beside that one holding the ring, and they can't use it. And I believe that means they would not be able to generate constructs either, because I believe that is an effect of that object. So right there, you can power down their construct generating. Absolutely love it. That is the main reason he is on this team, but he does also have this special defensive power of How Terribly Rude. Super senses when Gentleman Ghost uses it and succeeds after resolutions deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. Very, very nice. For an uncommon, for 50 points, I really wish I would have found more uses for him. He has plenty of keywords, so I probably could have. But you know what? Better late than never. Gentleman Ghost has made it onto one of my teams. That is going to bring us to our next piece, who is going to probably be featured on the channel, I know, at least one more time coming up, but you're probably going to see him quite a bit in the next couple years until he rotates out. From the Lantern Legacy set, uncommon number 24A, the Spectre. There we go. This is the Green Lantern Spectre. If you are not familiar, it is Hal Jordan as the Spectre. And let's see here. Yeah, we'll go this side. Yeah, there we go. He is going to be 50 points for this team build. Has the Mystics and Green Lantern team ability. That alone makes him very valuable. Has the Green Lantern Corps, Justice League, Deity, Herald, and Mystical keywords. For 50 points, you get 5 clicks. You have phasing teleport, energy explosion, super senses, and shape change. And then on the last click, he goes to sidestep, pulse wave, ESD, and probability control. He does have a range of 6 with 1 target, can fly, and he is giant size. So there you go. He does get that willpower. Also does have a trait, vengeance or redemption. Toughness. When the Spectre uses willpower and succeeds, the Spectre and adjacent friendly characters have Mystics until your next turn. Now, the reason he is really on this team, if they already have Mystics printed on their base, they deal 2 penetrating damage instead when using it. Yeah, so he has phasing teleport with the Green Lantern Corps team ability. We're a little, there we go. With the Green Lantern team ability. And if he hits that so he's going to taxi everybody up. That is the plan. He is the taxi, carrying everybody up around him. If he hits that willpower, everyone on this team, which does have the Mystics team ability printed on their base, are now dealing 2 penetrating damage instead of 1 if they get hit with Mystics. And that's if, because as you've seen, there's quite a bit of super senses and shape change on this team that they will have to deal with. Excuse me. He does have a second trait right here. Blessed by the Presence. When the Spectre would be KO'd, you may instead replace him with a character named Hal Jordan or Green Lantern of equal or lesser point value than the Spectre on their last non-KO click. Then heal the replacement character 2 clicks this game that character can't be replaced or healed by other effects protected Pulse Wave. Now, I thought I had the card pulled, but I do not, so bear with me. Yeah, I got it pulled up. So the Hal Jordan I would actually pick for this would be the common 001B Red Lantern Hal Jordan. I would pick it because it would come in on click number 3 after the healing, which is an 8 movement with Flurry, a 10 attack with Blades, 17 toughness, and a damage of 3 with Exploit weakness. So that's very solid. Odds are if the Spectre goes down, you might be up close. He is giant size, so he is susceptible to range. But if they are up close, that is going to be a very dangerous piece they are going to have to deal with real quick. That would be my first choice of who would come in the sub end. There are lots of Hal Jordans you can choose from, but that is my first choice. All right, that is going to leave us with 110 points. And that is going to bring us back to Notorious. This is a character I always found too expensive, and I just was not able to get him on a team I was happy with. Until today, we are bringing in rare number 46, Black Adam. Just an amazing sculpt that deserves to get played, and I'm very happy that I have a team for him now. Love that sculpt. And he's going to go right behind the Spectre. And let's find out why. Here we go. Black Adam is coming in at 100 points for this team build. He has Mystics and Power Cosmic team abilities. Has the Justice Society, Legion of Doom, Secret Society of Supervillains, Sinestro Corps, Deity, Mystical, Past, Ruler, and Warrior keywords. Whew! For 100 points, you get 6 clicks of health, improved movement through blocking terrain, a range of 4 with 1 target, and he does have flight. He also comes with a trait, the Living Lightning. When Black Adam uses Mystics, he also deals 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character within 3 squares of the attacker. There you go. That is one of the main reasons he is on this squad. Now, if he's the one who gets hit and his Mystics pops off, now he's doing 2 penetrating damage to the attacker and opposing characters within 3 squares of the attacker. Sorry about the flare up. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. Now, he does start off with Charge, Quake, a special defensive power that turns into Impervious and Outwit. Later on, that does turn into Sidestep with Pulse Wave, Regen, and Probability Control. There is a second click of that special defensive power, which is Guardian of Kondak. Invincible. Friendly characters within range and line of fire can mastermind, but only to choose Black Adam, regardless of adjacency. That is going to come into play because of the Spectre. The Spectre is giant size. The Spectre can carry with his Green Lantern team ability. When they taxi, you are going to plop Black Adam right behind the Spectre, and ideally flanked by Gentleman Ghost or Dream, any combination, to protect Black Adam. The reason for that is you want them to try to hit any of your other characters, and if your willpower goes off with the Spectre, who doesn't matter which one of these guys they go and hit, you can now mastermind directly to Black Adam, who has the Invincible. And now if it is his Mystics is popping off, you get to take advantage of his trait and get to deal the attacker the penetrating damage and opposing characters within 3 squares of the attacker 2 penetrating damage when he wasn't even the one who was technically attacked. Yeah, I love that combo of him and Spectre together. I can't wait to put that out there and see how that does. I think it's going to be troublesome for some opponents to deal with. And then once the time comes, he is still going to be pretty strong to try to take down on his own, should he lose a teammate or two. But at that point, the Mystics damage that would have been done should have whittled them down quite a bit for him to be able to finish off. But we're not quite done yet, because we still have that 10 points. Now, I know he is a member of the Sinestro Corps, but we are going to be giving Black Adam the Star Sapphire Ring, which I thought I pulled that card too, but apparently I left it with Fatality. So I'll have to read off of the HC units for this as well, so apologies. But the effect of the Star Sapphire Ring: Mystics. If this character has Mystics printed on their base, when they use it, the damage dealt is unavoidable instead. And then all the goodness with the constructs that you folks have come to know and love. So, now, in this scenario, let's say the Spectre is targeted. They get through his super senses. They get through his shape change. They get through his super senses. Now you're able to mastermind to Black Adam. This is after the Spectre has hit a willpower. Mastermind to Black Adam. Black Adam is now using his Mystics to deal 2 unavoidable damage to the attacker and 2 unavoidable damage to each opposing character within 3 squares of that attacker. Count me in. I'm absolutely sold on that combo, and I would not want to go up against that. So, very excited to give this team a shot and see what it can do. Yes, it is somewhat situational, but I feel like you have a lot of odds in your favor with a whole bunch of shape change super senses. There is no probability control unless John Constantine is doing it. You are able to shut down your your opponent's equipment on one character as long as you get Gentleman Ghost up beside them. Lots of things that can trip up your opponent. You can get more equipment onto Dream if you're in the right situation. But we are going to add one more piece to this just because we can. On your sideline, we are going to go ahead and go to the Masters of Time, and we have not used a Prime yet, so why not put the Reverse Flash in on your sideline. There he is. He's mainly on here because of his trait, Every Bad Thing, It Was Me, Barry. Sideline active at the beginning of the game. Choose an opposing character. When that character attacks and misses all targets. After resolutions, you may generate Reverse Flash from the sideline on click number 4, adjacent to that character. This game, as long as both characters are on the map, Reverse Flash can only attack the chosen character. That had been errated. So yeah, the official errata is at the beginning of the game. Choose an opposing character. When that character attacks and misses all targets after resolutions, you may generate Reverse Flash from your sideline on click number 4, adjacent to that character. If you do, is the changing yet. So if you do this game, as long as both characters are on the map, Reverse Flash can only attack the chosen character. So yeah, they just added the if you do this game to that card. So on click number 4, he does have a special movement with blank attack, super senses, and a special damage power. There is a special movement, Lightning Always Strikes Twice, hypersonic speed. When Reverse Flash uses it, he may use Flurry as free instead of making an attack. And then he has that way ahead of you special power for his damage. probability control, and shape change. So the probability control will not help as long as Constantine is out there, but he now has super senses and shape change himself. And with this team, good chance you're going to be able to get him to come out for free. Not bad at all. So there you have it. There is a 300-point, currently modern mystical theme team for the DC side of things. Let me know what you think. Will this be problematic for an opponent? Do you see ways around it? Things I need to protect myself from it? Yeah, looking forward to definitely giving this team a try, hopefully this weekend. So once again, hope you folks at Worlds are enjoying yourselves. Wish everyone the best of luck with your rolls and with your pools. And like I said, hopefully I will get to join you folks next year. But that has been it for me. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.